So we knew, looking ahead, that these old data centers, they weren't scalable, they weren't tier 3, and they weren't going to carry us. So we knew we had to have new data centers. And so we put together our plan, and then we took it to our leadership. And we knew that we had to get this leadership support before we could go any further. And so in doing that, what we did before we went to the leadership is that we developed our business case analysis. We brought in a company, we brought in a consultant, because for some reason in government everybody believes the consultant knows better than the FTEs do. So anyway, we brought in a company, they helped us do a business case analysis, and we looked at all the data centers that we had across the department. And even though we had been consolidating and using these big mainframe computer rooms that we had, like I said, it was still very consensus driven. So people still had these data centers all over the place. So we did a survey and we found out that we had over 77,000 feet of computing space, that if we really condensed and consolidated and racked things properly, we would only need 10,000 square feet of data center space. So when we took this to the Undersecretary for Management and said, we're using expensive office space in Washington, D.C. for data centers. And so here's the 77,000 that we're doing. And if you take those servers and you rack them and you consolidate them properly, we'd only need about 10,000 square feet. I mean, he was ready to sign on the dotted line right there in that session, which he doesn't normally do. He really likes to take his time and contemplate. But first of all, we were out of power, space, and cooling, and we were going to save him money. So we offered him the carrot that we're going to give him back expensive space, and of course that's going to save money in addition to that. So we walked out of there. We walked in with a 4 sort of pronged plan for an immediate data center, and then also a redundant data center in the future, and then also how we would do our development networks, and also how we would handle our top secret networks. We walked out of there and he approved the ESOC East, which was a data center that we went out and we needed it so urgently that we went to a commercial facility. So that's the very beginning of our consolidation story.